Hello, everyone. Welcome to Abby the Philosopher. I'm Abigail and I make content on self development. I desire to inspire women to become the best versions of themselves, while myself, I'm on my own journey. So, lately, I've been practicing something that has really changed the way that I love with myself, that I love myself, the type of relationship that I have with myself. And it's simple. I sit with myself in front of the mirror and I just talk to myself. So, this is a way to connect with yourself spiritually and also emotionally. In a nutshell, these practices are a sum up of self connection, self parenting, and mirror work. Today, I want to share with you guys three powerful points, three ways in which I've practiced this that you can use for yourselves. So, before I dive in, I do want to share something really cool that my very good friend shared with me. She's a psychologist, and she said this. The thing about introverts, right? Introverts versus extroverts, and this doesn't say that one is better than the other, but in understanding how we are different, how we function, she said that introverts are wired in such a way that they get their sense of self worth, their sense of identity, maybe not self worth, but their sense of identity, they get it from inside, from being inside, like internally. They, for example, imagine a child playing on his own, playing with toys, spending time on his own, right? Whatever world that he's creating for himself, that he's experiencing there in his alone time, that is actually how he will perceive himself in the world, right? But it's the opposite for extroverts, right? With an extrovert, we go out. I'm an extrovert. We're quite different in that we go out into the world and then we seek our self identity in what the world tells us. We look at what the world is saying back to us, reflecting back to us, and that we may feel like that determines our true sense of identity. If someone in the world says, "Oh, you're so cool, you're so funny," we take that and we go back home and we sit with it like this and we say, "Oh, I'm really funny, am I?" Or "Oh, I'm really I'm so strong or I'm so smart." But if we hear a bad thing about ourselves, then we think to ourselves, is it true I'm really this? So with that, there's a danger that comes into it. So although this is not just for extroverts, it's more prone for extroverts to identify with themselves this way. I do feel that this principle, this analogy, this idea helps anyone, extroverted or introverted. I just want to share that. So, why it's so important to go back, right, and validate oneself, go back into the mirror and work on oneself. Number one, mirror time is self awareness time. When you are in the mirror and you sit and you look at yourself in the eyes, you get a moment to be present. You get to be present. We hardly ever are present. We get to really look at ourselves and check in with ourselves. During this time, this sacred time, you get to look into your eyes, you get to identify emotions. This is one of the times, like the many times, that I would look into my eyes and I would see my emotions, how my emotions really are, and like long term. Because many times, as life is so busy, you're doing so much, you're going through, so much, you don't always notice how you really feel, your state of mind long term, right? So this is one of those moments where you see the emotions. I've seen this with myself. Sometimes I look into my eyes and I'm like fine, I'm happy, but then I see sadness and I'd be like, oh. And when I choose to explore that a little bit, things come up. And after I like address it and I look at it, I feel so much better, right? I acknowledge it, I validate it, and I don't stay in that place, right? I look at it to understand. And a lot of the times we seek to just be understood, right? This is also a time where I get to identify fatigue. I'm one who's prone to getting fatigue a lot of the time, especially as a woman. Our cycles, our bodies are much different. This is a time I get to identify that fatigue or even my glow. I look for my glow. I say, Abigail, where's your glow? If I don't see it, we've got to fix that. Where is the glow? This is really the time that you get to check in and say, how am I really? Like, really, really, how am I doing? Am I happy with life? Am I happy with where I'm leading my life at this stage? A lot of the times we are pursuing a certain path, hoping for the best. We're winging it, we're trying it out. And these are the moments that you get to really check in with yourself that either this is working or it's not working. And you can kind of make up your mind. You can take up your power and act. So for me, really, I do my makeup every single day. Um, if I'm going out, especially every single day, I sit in the mirror, and that is self care time. It's makeup time is self care time where I will do my skincare routine. I'll do my makeup, and I really get to like check in with myself. So that is emotional checkup time. The mirror, again, the mirror is where I meet myself, not to judge, but to understand. And this cultivates for me an environment of honesty. That is very important to me. When you lie to yourself, you can never be happy. No matter how bad things are, if you can acknowledge the badness of it, happiness begins there, in truth. So, number two is parenting yourself through the mirror. So, when you sit with yourself in the mirror, like a loving parent, and you just like look at yourself, analyze yourself, like you're checking, like, okay, how is like you're just checking every angle of your body, of your hair, of your mind, your eyes. You're looking at everything, you're inspecting, like often a mother does, right? Like, oh, when did you get that bruise? Or, oh, this, I noticed this rash hasn't gone away, or whatever it may be. Like, oh, I think I've gained weight, what, or I've lost weight, whatever it may be. Oh, my hair's grown longer, it looks fuller, it looks richer. When you practice that, it creates a safe space for you. It creates a home. In this space, in this moment, two simple things you need to do. You say exactly what's going on in your heart, exactly what's going on in your mind, and you listen, right? As you're talking, you listen, no judging, no holding back. Say it like it is, right? And then you accept that, you receive it, and after that, you validate. You validate and you speak the truth over yourself. You speak the truth over the situation. You ask and then you answer honestly. You say it all out. No judgment here. You pour it all out. You answer completely honestly. Goal here is honesty, and it is not being right. Whether you're right or wrong doesn't matter here. There's no such thing. It's all about what's really there, and then you validate. And for me, this moment is the most important thing, because remember, in the parenting role, it's this balance of you are observing, you are trying to get information from your child, you're trying to retrieve information, useful information, with the goal of bettering your child, getting the best for your child. And a lot of the times, what is wrong, what is not right, when you identify something, there's your opportunity to now reinforce the good things, right? So if you know that, okay, this is how I feel, this is this and that, you still want to you want to now bring back power. You're taking charge, you're taking power over your life, over that situation, over how you feel, what you're thinking, and over what you're feeling. And in that moment, now you can speak the truth. Now you can enforce discipline. You can enforce correction. And this is the moments where I usually pull out my list of like my values, my beliefs, my standards, my self-worth, what I believe about myself, and then I reinforce that into into myself. As the parent, I speak the truth because I know wiser, I know better. So I impart the wisdom that I know within. Yeah. I speak the right identity over myself. I speak the right truth over myself. Sometimes it may feel really awkward. It may feel so awkward. And I'm telling you right now, for me, sometimes like looking at myself in the mirror in my eyes, it feels strange. It's like, whoa, it's weird. Sometimes I feel like, whoa, what am I doing? But yeah, so it can feel even more awkward sometimes than looking at someone else in their eyes. And I don't know why that's the case, but I think we do it so rarely. But it's so good, it's so powerful, it's healing, it's the beginning. And I found for myself that this has also helped me with vulnerability. Just to add, like, even in my femininity, right? That has helped me to show up more vulnerable, or just in general, to be able to nurture better, nurture my loved ones better, to be able to support my loved ones better. Being able to look myself in the eyes has helped me to look them in the eyes and to love them fully by looking at them in the eyes, because that can be something that's very uncomfortable if you're not used to practicing it. Yeah. The difference for with people who find it so easy to look others in the eyes and people who find it very difficult, it's all about practice. There's no, it's not rocket science, it's simply practice. So you become your own safe space, like I said, a nurturer. This is how you practice nurturing. If you're also wondering, if you're working on learning how to nurture yourself, how to love yourself better, that's how you practice nurturing. Sorry. Yes. Oh, the foot. Yes, it's fine. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. That's a whole other story. Um, so in between this video, I yesterday I stepped into a nail, a metal nail like that, right? But it didn't go fully into my foot, just a little bit, and it scratched my foot a bit. So I have like a little hole in my foot. It's not very deep. It's not very serious, thank goodness. I just got back from the doctor. And so when I came here, there was this gentleman. He saw me limping, and he happened to have a kit, a medical aid kit in his car. So he offered to assist, gave me a bandage, and I got to bandage it. I realized, okay, it's probably best I just cover it up more. I'm wearing open toed shoes. So yeah, he was just checking in. Very kind of him. Anyway, let's get back to the video. So, after you do this, this is your opportunity, your space to validate yourself and stop seeking approval. If you're like me, a recovering people pleaser, having seeked approval from people, if you're like me and you've struggled with like really wanting validation, remember, I'm an extrovert. That's one aspect of it. Seeking approval, it's something that I've walked on a very long journey to heal and to grow out of. So, again, I said, like, you are not a victim. I'm not a victim. We always have free will, we always have power. The fact that we have free will, we have power to change any circumstances, any problem. We have the answer within us. We are able to solve these things by how we show up, by how we choose to respond. We can acknowledge when we are on our lows, where we're at, but we need to stand up, dust ourselves off, and keep moving. In that moment, you admire yourself from head to toe. You look at every part of yourself and you admire yourself. You remind yourself of your worth, of your beauty, your essence. Admire yourself. You look at every part of yourself from head to toe. As you're admiring your body, admiring yourself, you accept yourself. You also acknowledge that you are going to change one day. One day you're going to look different. So it's not in a vanity sense, but in a healing sense of you've already started loving yourself, the practice of loving yourself, looking at yourself, looking at what you feel like you may not love about yourself, that may not look so, glamorous and amazing, like a supermodel or whatever the standard is that you put in your mind. But you accept yourself, you receive in that place, and you admire it. And you also accept that one day you are going to look different, but you've already accepted that version of yourself. You're already enough, you're already whole, you're already full. So this becomes a ritual of self respect, self love, not perfection. And especially me, who's a perfectionist, um, this has been a very beautiful practice. And over time, you begin to rewire your mind, completely change your mind. You change how you think, those limiting beliefs that you have about yourself. So, in this space, you naturally begin to choose love, nourishment, care, discipline. If you know that where you are at with your body or whatever, you know that it's not where you want it to be. You're not fully happy with what you see in the mirror. You have the power to change that. You have the power to choose the next version of yourself. You have the power to choose. You have free will. You are not a victim. You are not stuck. Unstuck yourself. So you are now choosing all of these things from a place of self adoration and not from a place of pressure. A lot of the times, choosing from a place of pressure, that never lasts. The more that I meet myself in the mirror, the more that I meet myself at home. I become my own home. So the next time that you're in the mirror, do not just rush through it. Take it as a moment, as an opportunity to meet yourself there. Actually, check how you're doing. Ask yourself, talk to yourself, check in with yourself. Okay, it's like those daily phone calls, daily texts that you send to your loved ones, your friends, family, that you're checking in. You will be surprised how much love, healing you find right there in your own reflection. So, guys, if this is something that you really resonated with, please do like, comment, share, subscribe. Join Abby the Philosopher, where we love, we grow, like we learn how to really love ourselves, how to really romance ourselves, and return home, right? And return home to ourselves. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for many more. I love you guys so much, and goodbye.